Welcome back, legends.
3, 2, 1, let's go! Yo, listen up, about to tell you some tales of fighters and wizard shuriken and sails. The ups, the downs, the wins, the fails, and heroes that would make the Avengers pale. Madara Uchiha, he's a goddess shinobi, dunking on allied forces harder than freaking Kobe. Heading over to Marineford, ready to take the risk. You see, Wiper crack the air with one blow off his fist. Brighter than the sun, hotter than you can see. Oh my god, Goku just went Super Saiyan 3 with Naruto, Luffy, the Dragon Ball 7. We about to crank the speed out all the way up to 11. You just died and you're about to be led to the greatest show this side of anime heaven. So sit down, stay tuned. Hey yo, DJ Spin, welcome to the show. This is Anime Legends. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 49th episode of Anime Legends. Yeah, we've gotten far. Super excited that the next one is going to be number 50. And super excited that you guys have all come on this journey with me. Starting off, and impressive that he got here even before Trix did, but we have our this is our famous patron, Victor. Yes, Victor Ziegland. Who says, "Here we go, indeed." Then we've got our legendary patron. This is Trix the Anime Hater saying, yo, right back to you, Trix. Anyways, so glad to have everybody here. And I just want to say I'm super excited today, not only because the next episode is our 50th, but because today we're going to be discussing a topic very near and dear to my heart. Death battles. And if you don't know what death battles are, they are fictional kind of arguments asking or debating who would win in a one-on-one fight. Now, this was originally presented by Screw Attack, which is a very, very old YouTube channel. And the format's changed over time, but pretty much it stays the same. There are two fighters who are pitted against each other, and by using logic and reasoning and facts, we have to decide who would win in a death battle. And I was actually in a group and made a group myself, was in a number of them that did these all the time. And that's actually where I met my really good friend, Andrew Sosa, or as you know him, Sosa Potence 300, I believe it is. Yes. Sosa Potence 300. And he was really an icon to me, specifically because when I first got into Death Battle, one day I was on there and he was arguing something with somebody and they asked him to bring up facts, and he left. He didn't respond for like hours, which I thought was a loss. But then this dude came back after having studied for like a good 3 to 5 hours. He brought back white hot facts, and he absolutely spanked everybody in that debate. So that was the day I first met Andrew Sosa, and I was super impressed by um, him and his devotion to making sure that he was correct. Um, so, anyways, yes, death battles. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you hear some yelling in the background. One of my roomies is not having a very good day, so he's just dealing with some stuff, but that's fine. Anyways, um, yes, we were getting to death battles, but first, I have to cover all of the regular stuff that I always have to cover, which is right off the bat, and we have two of the patrons in here, but right off the bat, I have to talk about my Patreon. You can find it at www.patreon.com/AfroX, and there you can subscribe to be a patron, and everything that is given really helps, like seriously helps. Um, and you guys don't even know like how great it is that you're pretty much getting to fund me getting to live my dream right now. And so yeah. um on the Patreon, you can subscribe there, and there's different levels of membership. There is a um $5 a month, $10 a month, 50 or $30 a month, $50 a month, and $100 a month levels. And you get different benefits at those levels, ranging all the way from getting your name shown at the end of every edited video, all the way to at $100 a month that you're getting your name shown and announced in fancy lettering. You're getting a link to the Discord that gives you access to all the edited videos one day early. You are getting a thank you note from me, and also newly benefited is anyone who subscribes over the or at or over the $30 limit is gonna get an AfroX t-shirt, an official AfroX t-shirt. And then you will also get a link to join every live stream that I do at the $100 a month level. And on there you can on there you can what is it, plug your channel and whatever you would like to talk about. So there's that. Also, a new thing that I wanted to bring up is that I am also doing a podcast, and that is under my actual name, which is Uriah Gillespie. You can find that on Spotify. It is, if you go into Spotify, search, type in More Than Words, you can find my podcast. It only has 2 episodes so far, but I recently did the second episode, and the second one is I have my mom on as a guest, and we talk about the song "We Are the World" by a whole group of people, but they collectively came to be known as USA for Africa. But it has, the song is sung by lots of different people: Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, Cyndi Lauper, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder. Like, you throw a stone at oldies music and you will hit someone that participated in We Are the World. So yeah, go check out that podcast. It's called More Than Words, the music appreciation podcast on Spotify. Trick said, I'm not glad it's going well for you. I think you mean I'm glad it's going well for you. And thank you for this sentiment, I guess. Anyways, going right into the first section that we do every week, which is what manga / anime have you watched / read this week? Question mark. What manga slash anime have you or what anime slash manga have you watched slash read this week? That's in the wrong order, but that's okay. I want to hear your answers. As for me, I got back on a little bit of the old anime that I've been watching, and I finally finished Excel World. It was a great ending. Absolutely loved it, and I still think the series is great. Um, Specifically because they didn't make it easy. They did not make the fight with the final boss easy, and I really appreciated that the writers actually put the work and time and effort into it. I mean, the author is the same author as Sword Art Online, which, if you know anything about Sword Art Online, SAO revolutionized the anime world, and now pretty much every new anime is an isekai. Um, but yeah, um, Excel World was really good, and I really liked it. So, I finished Excel World. Um, and then yeah, that was the anime I watched this week. I was gonna watch Seven Deadly Sins, but instead I decided to watch the first episode of season 3 of The Umbrella Academy, which is an anime, but honestly, it should be. If there was an Umbrella Academy anime, I would probably die. Um, Trixie says read Gaichikuda and asks, "You're a fan of Seven Deadly Sins? Have you read the sequel manga?" No, I have not, but that would be interesting to look into. Um, I haven't read any manga this week because, as you know, Ichiro Oda is still on his 1 month break, and we still have about 2 weeks left of that break, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but yeah, in 2 weeks, when Oda comes back with chapter 1054, we will be back to, I'll be back to reading it, and I will be back to reviewing it right here on this channel. But yes, so, looks like that's all we've got for right now. Getting into the meat and potatoes of the topic. Today we are going to talk about death battles, and I already described a little bit about them at the beginning of this, but they are fictional battles where you pit two characters against each other. There's not really any limits to what you can pick. They can be anime, manga, comic books, movies, books, like I've even seen like Power Rangers and Teen Titans Go get put into death battles and stuff, but there's really good ones, and there's really ridiculous ones that the trolls put up there um just to kind of get laughs out of it. um but I mean, honestly, probably the most famous death battle that has ever been done has to be Goku versus Superman. And people always argue like who would win, Goku or Superman, and there's people on both sides, but honestly, I have to go with the official ruling of Screw Attack, which was that Superman will pretty much always beat Goku. And I know that's unpopular to say, but I mean, the reason that they frankly gave was that Superman has no limits. Like, of course, he has kryptonite and magic, but I mean, like, a fighter that didn't know Superman's weaknesses wouldn't know to use that as a weakness, or as a tool or a weapon. Um, but yeah, their point was that Superman has no limits, and what is it? Goku is always breaking through his limits, and but the fact that Goku still has limits makes it so that there would be there would come a point where he would not be able to beat Superman. Like Superman's level would be his limit. Um and yeah, just and just facts and figures. Like for example, Superman and Wonder Woman lifted up uh eternity once, which eternity is a being that encompasses all of the universe, past, present, and future. And so by lifting up eternity, they lifted something that doesn't have a calculable number. And and I mean, I don't even know how you could like beat somebody who can do that. Superman once closed a book where um that was springing forth an infinite amount of pages. Um, I don't know how you could beat someone who could do that. Superman's done a crap ton of crazy stuff that is just really really hard to even conceive of beating. Um, Trick says, "Yeah, that death battle is the one that they go to. It is the one that they go to, and it's a good fallback because it's a real solid one." As for today, I am going to, because I used to be very big in the death battle community, and the death battle community used to be really really good. It used to be actual debates where people would actually study up and they would get their facts right and they would do their homework. I actually made a group, it's still on Facebook to this day, but it's called, oh, excuse me, it's called Death Battle Do Your Homework. And the biggest rule there was like you had to actually have facts and figures. You couldn't just say you couldn't just say somebody wins just cuz or something like that, because you had to have an actual legitimate reason for you saying that somebody won. um and death battles tend to go by a certain set of rules, but they either tend to go one of two ways. Either they go the way of people debate, or they go one of three ways. Either they go the way of people debate until they're too tired to debate anymore, or a judge steps in and gives a definitive ruling on the winning side, or it devolves into memes and name calling and people hating each other and Facebook jail and people getting blocked and a lot of really really bad nastiness. And the way that it used to be was that a judge would come in and just give a definitive answer, and then eventually it kind of just devolved into like nasty memes and all that horrible stuff that I was talking about. And nowadays I don't even do death battle because it if you even if you disagree, or sometimes even if you agree with people but you say something that they don't agree with, they will argue until they are blue in the face that you are wrong, and they will laugh at you, and it's just not an enjoyable experience. So nowadays, even if I see a death battle that I want to comment on and be like, oh, Robin from Teen Titans versus like the Red Ranger, like obviously probably the Red Ranger. Like I don't even want to comment on shit like that because like it's not worth it to have somebody that even agrees with you be like, yeah, but you're also wrong, because the Red Ranger in this episode did this and this and this and this, and I'm like, I don't care, dude. Like I agreed with you. Just take the win. Um,
And that's the thing, is that nowadays in death battles, there's not really a way to win, because people immediately start devolving into either arguing until nobody wants to argue anymore, or they devolve into like sending nasty memes and stuff like that. Um, and Trixie says, "What was at a time good but became cancerous?" It really did. It really did. Trix says, though I still like the concept of versus battle. Yeah, and some stuff is still good. Like, honestly, original Death Battle, the ones that they still do on Screw Attack, are flipping amazing. But the thing is that everybody disagrees with Screw Attack nowadays. Ever since Goku versus Superman, like, everyone who disagreed with that outcome said that Screw Attack lost their credibility about then. And so now we have like videos that are, so we'll have the original death battle video, and then we'll have people who debunk, who say they are debunking the death battle video, and then we'll have people who say they are debunking the debunking of a death battle video, and it'll just become a horrible, gross chain of people trying to tell, of people trying to convince the world that they are right. And honestly, if you're trying to convince the world that you're right, you've already lost. You have already lost if you're trying to convince the world that you're right and somebody else is wrong on the internet. But yeah, and that is why, and kind of the point that I've been trying to get to today. That is why, in my time watching death battles and participating in death battles and um, discussing things, I came up with what I think is a definitive way to decide any given death battle. And I would like to present it here today to the entire world. And if people don't agree with me, that is okay. I'm not going to argue with you. But this is my go to whenever I come up against a fictional battle. And that is the list that I have written that is called the Fictional Forces of Nature. Um, and where this kind of originated from was, people would argue about which was stronger, the Speed Force from like Flash Comics, or the Toon Force, which allows like Bugs Bunny to not die when getting hit by an anvil and stuff like that. And so just thinking about these forces and stuff, I came up with a list in the order of power of what I think the fictional forces of nature are, and I try to cover every possible power that there could be. But I'm not perfect, so I have missed some. So, without further ado, here goes the fictional forces of nature in order of power. Basic martial arts. We're talking Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple, like Kung Fu, Jujitsu, um, Tai Chi, Capoeira, MMA fighting. This is the basic stuff that humans can do, and the skills that they can learn. After this, we move on to super strength with a limiter. This is, or the example that I have here is Burgess from One Piece. So above basic martial arts is super strength, but super strength that comes with a limit. Like the Incredible Hulk is a great example of super strength with a limiter. I'd even go so far as to say that Escanor, when he's not the one, when he's just charging up, would be considered super strength with a limiter. Um, This is strength that does have an upper level. Um, After this, we have proficiency with a certain weapon, such as Tenten from Naruto. This is being good at wielding a katana or a greatsword or knives or pretty much any particular weapon that is not your own fists or um, magic or energy coming from your body. After this, we have ki, which can which can be spelled ki or qi, or chi, which is spelled chi, and chakra. So pretty much anybody from Dragon Ball Z or Naruto. This would also encompass like I believe it's called Reishi, which is the energy that gives the Shinigamis their powers in Bleach. Um, so that would also be at that level. So pretty much anybody who can produce energy from within their body. After this, we have super strength with no limiter. This would be pretty much a power of Saitama or Superman. Um, Pretty much people who have no limit to how strong they can get and pretty much possess exponential power. Um, in or exponential strength. And so when I say Saitama and Superman, you may be thinking, why are Saitama and Superman already on this list? They're like the top. Now, a lot of characters fall into multiple different categories just because they have multiple different powers. After this, we have elemental manipulation. So like the Avatar: The Last Airbender characters, Naruto characters, and Dian from the Seven Deadly Sins. These are all characters who can wield the world around them and use the elements to their advantage. After this, we have regeneration, like Cell and Piccolo. Um, Excuse me. So, Piccolo, as we've seen, and all Namekians, if they get a part of their body cut off or disconnected, they can regrow it. But it takes some time and effort to do this. And Cell is another example of this, being able to regenerate, but at a substantially slow rate. Um, After this, we have accelerated regeneration, such as Wolverine. These are characters who can pretty much regenerate right away. I would put Deadpool into this, but Deadpool comes along at a later point. After accelerated regeneration, we have instant reincarnation after death. These are characters who, when they die, they immediately come back to life. Either a clone of themselves is made, or their body is reconstituted into a new living being. A great example of this is Doctor Who. After this, we get to the Speed Force, which is, of course, the Flash and Sonic the Hedgehog. Any of the speedsters in fiction who can move extremely fast. I would not include Minato from Naruto in this, specifically because he uses tools and has like the ninjutsu, the certain technique, and he uses more of teleportation. Um, After the Speed Force, we get to magic. This includes alchemy. So magic such as Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service and Full Metal Alchemist. We're talking about like Manchester Black from DC. Anybody who can use magic in any form, like Babidi from Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that. After this, we have proficiency in all/certain types of magic. So, my example for this is Doctor Strange. He is the Sorcerer Supreme, has supreme control of pretty much all types of magic, and is able to wield them. I would also, or I was going to put Scarlet Witch in here, but Scarlet Witch comes in at a different point. After this, we get Inability to Die, which is where Deadpool comes in. And I know Deadpool technically has accelerated healing, but accelerated regeneration, but accelerated regeneration is it's pretty different from an inability to die. Like, Deadpool can get a sword stuck through his head. He can get chopped in half. This dude once came back from being a single cell of his body. He got reduced to a single cell, and he came back from it. So Deadpool represents the inability to die. After this, we have video game logic. As my example here is Rico Rodriguez from the Just Cause games. You cannot survive by grappling to the ground after you have fallen from 10,000 feet in the air. It's just not possible to do that. If you grappled into the ground, you would hit the ground at an even faster speed than you were originally falling. Not to mention, you would have to have like extreme perception to be able to grapple that accurately. But yeah, so video game logic, just I mean, stuff that you can do in video games that you can't do in real life. Next up, we have fourth wall awareness and breakability, which includes Deadpool, the Joker, and Spider-Man. These are all characters who know they are in the media that they are in. Deadpool knows he's in a comic book. The Joker, or Deadpool, the Joker, and Spider-Man all know that they're in a comic book. Spider-Man doesn't show it that much, but in the Ultimate Spider-Man series, he does break the fourth wall a lot and talk to the actual cast and people that are there. People outside, or the audience. After fourth wall awareness and breakability, we have Toon Force. This includes Bugs Bunny, any of the Disney Channel characters, any of the Nickelodeon characters, any of the Cartoon Network characters and stuff. This is any character that defies logic, physics, or mortality via a cartoonish source. And actually, an interesting fact is that now Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece technically falls into the Toon Force category, since we find out, and these are a bit of spoilers for One Piece, but by now you should know that Monkey D. Luffy does not have the Gum Gum fruit. He actually has the human fruit, the Sun God Nika variant, and this makes his body akin to rubber and makes it so that he can pretty much do anything in a fight. And so Luffy is not a rubber man. He is quite literally a cartoon. He is the only being in the One Piece universe that has Toon Force. So that's really interesting that that's been put in there. After Toon Force, we have time travel. Anyone who can time travel could potentially beat a character that has Toon Force. And now we kind of get into the reality warping type abilities and stuff. An example that I put for time travel was Legends of Tomorrow. But time travel could apply to a lot of different people. Doctor Who, Bill and Ted. There's a ton of them. Like, honestly, throw a stone, you'll hit somebody in fiction who can time travel. Heck, they even had time traveling in Naruto and time traveling in One Piece, which was really impressive. After time travel, we have molecular control. My example here is Molecule Man. This is beings who can take and mess with the molecules in the universe and either pull them apart or put them together in a different way. A great example in anime of this is Overhaul from My Hero Academia. Um, and he's kind of on the fence between elemental manipulation and molecular control, but technically his quirk works on a molecular level. um After molecular control, we have time control, which is like Sakia Izuyoi, and I am blanking on what anime. Or Sakia Izuyoi is from the anime Toho Project, which was originally a JRPG. Um, and also Dio Brando. This is anybody um, who can do anything to time. They can stop time, fast forward time, reverse time, slow down time, anything like that. Um, which we're kind of getting into the broken ones now, so we're almost at the end of this. Time control. After time control, we have laws of physics immunity, including existing outside of time. Um, so like if you have someone who can control time, obviously the only individual who could beat someone who can stop time is someone who exists out of time. For example, young Xehanort from the Kingdom Hearts series and the Sage of the Six Paths. um so yeah. After that, we get into one of the most powerful abilities, which is reality warping. This includes world create, such as the ability from uh, when everyday life, when superpowers make everyday life become commonplace, or something like that. It's one of the old animes that I had seen. But anyway, one of the characters has world create. But yes, reality warping, the ability to change reality around you to your liking. This includes like Thanos, Scarlet Witch, and Mad Jim Jaspers. I always like to mention Mad Jim Jaspers just because um, MJJ, he was a reality warper on such a large scale that the Illuminati in Marvel actually had to close access to a universe because Mad Jim Jaspers had warped its reality so badly that nobody was allowed access to it anymore. Like, you're on another level if you can get a universe permanently banned. Um, so yeah. Uh and you might think reality warping would be the top of the list, but there are a few more. We have power stealing, which is Rogue's power. And power stealing is higher than many others, and many people don't think it, but it's higher than the others because if you have say a reality warper, like Scarlet Witch, and Rogue touches her, Rogue now has reality warping powers if you can, and has taken it away from Scarlet Witch. Now, if you have the ability to steal somebody's power that's more powerful than you, technically power stealing is more powerful than that. After power stealing, we have permanent power bestowal / removal, such as Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. He was able to take away Lord Ozai's firebending ability, and Galactus was able to give power to the Silver Surfer. Um, After this point, we reach. There are three more fictional forces of nature that um, have to be covered, and these are the top of the top. After permanent power bestowal / removal, we get to literally being a god. This is given to the one above all, Eternity, the Spectre, the Living Tribunal, the Beyonder, Dormammu, Prodigy, and Galactus. In anime, the first one that comes to mind is Madoka from Madoka Magica. She literally becomes a god that rewrites all of history and the future, past, present, and the future. And yeah, being a god is pretty high on the list. Above being a god, we have absolutely no weakness. These are what I put in the list that is called the unkillables, because as of yet they are not seen to have a weakness. And the two that I put in here are Saitama and Yujiro Hanma from Baki the Grappler. Um, so these two are individuals that, as of yet, have not been shown that they have a weakness. Saitama has tanked every hit he's ever taken. Yujiro Hanma, he's fought a horde of stampeding giant elephants. He has taken the brunt of an entire building falling on him. Um, and and so these are people that as of yet have not shown to have any weakness, and so due to not having any weakness, they cannot be beaten except by the final and most powerful fictional force of nature that there is, plot armor. And I give this to only one character so far, which is Saitama. Plot armor is literally the author of the story putting out in words that your character cannot be beaten. In the beginning of One Punch Man, the author puts out in words that Saitama, after doing all that training, gained the ability to end every single fight in only one punch. And due to that plot armor, I pretty much put Saitama at the top of any death battle and say that Saitama is the definitive strongest character in fiction and cannot be beaten as of this point. That may change. We may show, or they may show that he has a weakness, that something might happen. If he's ever beaten, we would definitely have to go into power scaling. But as of right now, Saitama from One Punch Man cannot be beaten in any battle, according to me. Yes. So that is my fictional force of nature list for you. If you'd like to put a battle in the comments, and I will discuss it. And let's talk. Let's talk about it. Anyways, in the meantime, while you guys are putting stuff in the comments, I'm just gonna go over a couple more announcements. So as you might know, if you go to www.teespring.com/store/Afro-X-2, you will find the official Afro-X t-shirt. Now you can get the t-shirt one of two ways. You can either buy it. It costs $30. 10% of that goes back to the channel. Or you can hop onto Patreon and subscribe for the $30 a month level, And at the $30 a month level, I will be getting, or as a benefit or a reward of that, you will be receiving the official AfroX t-shirt. Which the official AfroX t-shirt, on the front it has the AfroX logo, and on the back it has the AfroX slogan, which is of course "Stay Legendary." So yes, you can find that at the Teespring link is actually in the description of every one of my videos, edited videos, so you can find that there. Another announcement is I have a sister channel that I've been working on for a while. I might have mentioned it. It is called Afro_the_sniper. This is my official gaming channel. If you want to see gameplay and stuff like that. And me and my friends have just started a live stream that we are doing on Friday evenings at from about 5 to 7 on Friday evenings, and we might toy with the name a bit, but as for right now, the official name of it is Ferda. And if any of you know Letterkenny, Ferda is short for Ferda Boys. And so we go on there, we laugh, we joke, we insult each other, we have a great time, but we play Apex Legends, which has to be one of my favorite video games. It's not my favorite because my favorite video game is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 for the Nintendo Wii, and it always will be. Anyways, we play Apex Legends, and yeah, it's a good time. So come watch us. Come watch us fail. Come watch us try. Come watch us win sometimes. But always it's a laugh. It's an absolute gas. Come laugh with us. And yeah, that is Ferda, and you can check it out on the Afro the Sniper channel. So yes. Anyways, that is all the announcements that we had. I see that nobody has posted a versus battle in the chat, so we're gonna be kind of skipping over that. I have no more content for today, so due to lack of participation by the chat, that will be the end of the live stream today. We're getting off about 12 to 13 minutes early. Just really quick breaking news here. Trick says, I will think of some you plan to discussing the battles. Yes. Yeah, if you come up with one in the next couple minutes, then I'll discuss it for the last little bit here. But yeah. I mean, let me see if I can think of one off the top of my head. Just in ones that I've wanted to do. Usually when I try to think of death battles, I try to have death battles between two people with the same power set. So, for example, if we wanted two reality warpers, I'd definitely say Doctor Strange versus Scarlet Witch. I mean, we've kind of already seen the result of that in Multiverse of Madness, but I mean, Marvel movies don't accurately represent the characters. I honestly think if Doctor Strange really had a fight against Scarlet Witch, that Scarlet Witch would win, because while Doctor Strange may have an ability to move between realities, like Scarlet Witch has an ability to warp those realities. And I mean, I honestly loved what was it? Multiverse of Madness, just because it showed so much more about how good Scarlet Witch's power could be. Um, Here we have one. Trick says Ichigo versus Hao from Shaman King. A very good battle. I mean, go looking up against the fictional forces of nature. Um, Ichigo has Ichigo has proficiency with a weapon, and he has Reishi and the power to like create energy beams. With Hao from Shaman King, he has also proficiency with a weapon and has supernatural abilities, which I suppose I would set supernatural abilities slightly above magic. And so both of these characters are pretty low on the fictional forces of nature list, but due to having assistance from um supernatural stuff, I would honestly give it to uh I mean I'd give it to Hao from Shaman King, just because like yeah, um the people have brought up that when they are in Shinigami form that regular humans can't see soul reapers, but Hao has a deep connection to the spiritual realm, which I think would allow him to be able to see Ichigo. And also, in one thing that I didn't discuss is that in the official rulings for Death Battle, one of the rules is both characters must be aware of each other, and both characters' morals are uninhibited. So even if Batman says he's not going to kill, in a death battle, Batman is going to kill the opponent. Um, but yeah, I think I'd have to give it to How for this one. Although yeah, it would really be kind of similar to Ichigo versus like Jojo from Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. It would honestly really come down to how powerful the um how powerful the spirit that How has is able to fight against the stuff that Ichigo has coming. But I'd give it to How. Um, Sosa, very nice to see you. I was actually talking about you earlier. He says algo, which I don't know what that means, but glad you are feeling all right. Heard you went through some hand surgery recently. Hope that gets better. Um Anyways, that was really good and I loved getting to discuss that. Uh I'll probably end up doing more and discussing more in depth death battles in the future. Hey, if you want me to do death battles on the Afro X channel, I think that would be awesome, and I think I could pretty easily put them together. So that could be a new segment. But yeah, that is all the time we have for today. Um, Thanks to everyone who watched, everyone who is going to watch the rewind, and stuff like that. If I could really push anything right now, I would really like it if everybody out there, like, we're getting enough likes, we're getting enough views, we're getting enough comments and stuff like that. I would really push everybody to share the videos on the AfroX channel, especially the ones that you really like, you think people will really like. Sharing the content is going to help it spread so much more. And then also really encourage people to sign on to the Patreon, just because we need as much help as we can in the Patreon, and I promise you it's a good cause. And the more people that come on the Patreon, then the better I can support myself and the easier I can make content. I know I've been having a couple of dud videos recently, especially in the edited videos department, but if we get more people on the Patreon, then I promise you the quality of the videos is going to go up. And the more people that are engaged, the more I'm going to put my heart and soul into this. Like, I love doing it already, I really do, but I definitely want or would like more encouragement to put more into the content that I'm making. But anyways, you guys have a great day. Keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro, and always remember to stay legendary. Um, and as for any new fictional forces of nature, just being subscribed to the AfroX channel makes you the most powerful fictional force of nature of all. See you later, YouTube. Bye-bye.